Views and claims expressed are those of the program producer and are not endorsed by this station. Opinions expressed are not necessarily those of radio station KMET, its management, employees, or affiliates.
It's time to steer the line.
Touchdown!
Sports betting, fantasy football, and the latest NFL news. Featuring Loud Esmond, Christian Giordani, Rocky Giordani, and Jeremy James. Bet on us to make you a better better.
What?
Let's get ready to steer the line.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another segment of Steer the Line. How you guys doing so far? We got Rocky Giordani and Mr. Jeremy James with us.
Good. So I just want to come out right now and say we all picked the Chiefs to win that game last night. Luke took the Lions with the spread. Jeremy's the only one on the show that picked them to win outright, and they won. What a game, huh? Wow. Way to go, Jeremy. And I was happy to see it.
It was a fun game to watch. A great way to kick off the season, I think. It was competitive. It was fun.
Oh, yeah.
There was some drama, the going forward on the fake punt. And, it was a fun game to watch. I enjoyed it, even though I didn't get much in the way of fantasy points last night. But that's quite all right. Loud's not here. If you guys didn't notice how quiet it is, because Loud's not around to interrupt us all. Just kidding, Loud. I know he's probably listening. But, if you're missing Loud, he was with us last night when we did all the spreads. So I figured tonight we're just going to talk about the games a bit. And
Just a few games.
Yeah, we got a few games we can still talk about on spread wise, but
One more thing about the Lions now. In their last 10 games last year, they gave up exactly 20 points a game, and they won 8-2. And they held the Chiefs at 20 points. So that tells you their defense is clicking. Hutchinson, we all knew it, is a beast. He's great. It's okay to say he's great because he is, man.
Their young guys on that Detroit defense looked really good and played well. Campbell, the linebacker, a lot of people gave Detroit grief for drafting. He looked great. So did the young corner that they had playing in the slot who made the pick six. They looked good. It was fun to watch them play.
If their defense can stay in the top 10, they're going to win a lot of games. I mean, I give a chance now in that division. Wouldn't have before last night.
It was a great game. I saw the Lions led everything in that game. Total yards, passing yards, rushing yards, and defensive pressure. The only thing I don't think they gained, they had one sack, and they didn't get – did they get to Patrick Mahomes at all last night? I didn't catch the game.
I don't think they got him. I don't think they sacked him.
That interception, he felt the pressure and he got hurried.
Yeah, he got knocked down a couple times.
Behind the guy. So, yes, pressure. Maybe it wasn't a sack. There aren't sacks. But if you pressure a guy like Holmes and he's not on the run, if he's stable and can't get outside the pocket, he was in the pocket. There was no way out except running backwards. He threw the ball. He got rid of the ball a little bit too quickly, and you saw what happened. Pick six, man.
Have you guys ever seen that older football movie, Necessary Roughness?
Yeah, I think
Where the old quarterback goes back to college and they play Iron Man football
before my time.
Okay, well there's a character in that movie called Stonehands Dudley, and he's their like top wide receiver, but he's fast, but he can't catch. Every time the ball goes near him, he drops it. Oh my God, Kadarius Toney was Stonehands Dudley last night. How many times did he drop the ball? And I don't know if he's going to see the field again for a while. He was a mess.
And he was supposed to be the guy this year, for them. Kadarius Toney, he's a borderline Pro Bowler. I'm not gonna lie, even I was saying that, but he had a rough night.
Pick a conference, Christian. Let's go.
Pick a conference?
Yeah.
All right, let's start with all of ours, the NFC West.
Okay.
Except for Jeremy.
Okay, so the 49ers, who I like to win that conference, are playing the Steelers. This game might be a whole lot closer. Mike Tomlin's a beast. Kenny Pickens got better. He's going to be better. This is going to be a much better game than people think. I can't believe that the Steelers are the 49ers are like a 1.5 point favorite.
2.5 right now.
That's small. I like the 49ers in that one. What do you say, Jerry?
Honestly, I think Pittsburgh's going to upset them. They're at home. They're it's week 1. They're at home. They got that bad taste in their mouth of finishing with a winning record but missing the playoffs last year. Everyone's talking about Pickett taking the next step. He looked good in the preseason, and even if you want to call it week 1 shenanigans, which we're going to see a lot of this week, I think that San Francisco is going to go in there and they're going to end up losing that game. I think it's going to be competitive and close. It's going to be low scoring, I think. But you know what? I don't have all the faith in the world that Christian does in that quarterback in San Francisco. Now everyone's got tape on him. They have a whole season to see how he plays, how he runs the offense, and they're prepared for him now, unlike the surprise he was last season coming on late.
They got tape on Kenny Pickens, too. I think it comes down to coaching. I don't think Mike Shanahan is anywhere near the coach Mike Tomlin is, and that could be the difference at home in Pittsburgh. Christian, what do you say, bro?
It's going to be a real good game. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game between these two defenses. But with the 49ers, how stacked that team is, I can't bet against them until they lose. So
right.
It's just going to be there.
Do you think Bosa will be able to step right in and play?
I think so. He's a pro, man. Guys like Gronk, Brady, they never went to minicamp. Some of them didn't even go to training camp, so he'll be fine. He was there all last season. Yeah. And, we kind of glanced over that contract yesterday. We didn't get really into it. Highest paid defensive player in the world now. 5 years, $170 million with a 122 fully guaranteed.
Well, then when the game kicked off last night, that one was eclipsed by the news of Joe Burrow's $275 million or something like that. 55 a year. Wow.
55 a year with 219 fully guaranteed.
I wonder what the NFL tickets are going to cost now. I wonder what Game Pass. Prices are going up, guys.
Those $27 beers are going to be $40 now.
So we does everybody agree that the 49ers are the best team in that division?
Yes.
You know what? I'm gonna reserve. I don't think they're gonna be bad, but you know what? I want to see how they play. I want to see how why can't I think Purdy? I want to see how he plays and how he runs the offense for a whole season, because don't discount Seattle this year. No. If Seattle's defense can play anywhere mid-range, that offense, I think, is going to be top 10 again.
That offense is great, but I think Geno Smith finally he's finally going to catch up. He was sub 500 after the midpoint of the season last year. He had a really good start, and then he was on a slow decline.
Yeah, and then he got paid, and he's going to go right back to being Geno Smith. All right, next.
Well, while we're on them, they're playing your Rams this weekend for opening weekend. Rams are dinged up a bit, unfortunately, without Cooper Kupp. That's a big loss. How are you guys feeling about that game?
Well, with Cooper Kupp out, I don't like him as much at all.
Yeah. I said it yesterday. I like the spread for the Seahawks as well. It's a 5-point spread right now.
5 points.
5 points. Yeah, it's 5 points. There's almost no secondary in that Rams defense. Jalen Ramsey's gone now. Jacoby Durant, despite what I think of him, he's very unproven in the NFL.
Yeah, listen, man, I'm not a Seattle fan. I think it'll be a good defensive game. Bet the under if you're going to bet it at all. But I'll take the Rams in 5 points. But they're in Seattle. So
they're in Seattle.
Without Kupp, it's a big difference. Next conference, bro.
Well, actually, the last game in that conference, let's take a quick look at the Cardinals game. They're going up against the Commanders. This is probably the worst team in the NFL in Arizona, I believe, going into the season.
Mm-hmm. And
I think they're tanking. And I think Washington's going to surprise some people.
That's my pick of the week. Washington Football Club -7 against the tanking Cardinals. Cardinals are not going to come away with a win. They're going to make sure of it.
No.
I think Washington could, like I said, surprise a lot of people this season. They got a good defense again, and if that offense can do something behind Howell, the kid had some great runs and throws in the preseason. So I'm kind of excited to see how he looks. But I like the Commanders to beat the Cardinals. I like everybody to beat the Cardinals this season. I don't really expect them to do much at all.
I don't expect them to do much at all. And that's a 7-point spread right there for all those who want to know. So I still have Washington with that. Arizona's going to lose a lot of games. They might not even win one. They're definitely
just for everybody's watching. The Cardinals may be tanking. The players won't tank, but the coaches and the front office are tanking. So they're moving guys around, getting rid of guys, and they'll make sure that they lose that game. And, they got the number one pick from Houston, right, Jeremy?
They have a first rounder from Houston.
Yeah, they do. You're right. Yeah,
and Houston's going to get the very first round because they're going to come in last this year again. Go ahead, bro.
All right, let's stay in the West, but let's go over to the AFC. Dolphins and Chargers. They stay in LA. Dolphins are a 3-point favorite Chargers are a 3-point favorite in this game
because they're home.
Yes, they are home.
Exactly. It's a pick'em game in anybody's book. Tua was on track. He was in the MVP conversation until he got hurt. Justin Herbert is a great quarterback. Probably the next Peyton Manning, in a few years. I think he'll get his time will come. They'll get their Super Bowl. He's coming into his own rapidly. Tua, still got a little work to do. He got to finish the season. I'm going to go with the Dolphins.
Jeremy?
Yeah, I actually like the Dolphins in this one too, and that's not me just being a Raider homer and hating on the Chargers or anything. As much as I do hate it, I think the Chargers offense is going to be pretty wide open with their new offensive coordinator this season, coming over from Dallas. I think he's going to spread the ball around. I think he's going to have him passing more, and I just don't know if it's going to come together right away. So we'll have to see how that plays out. But
is Keenan Allen playing for the Chargers this week?
Keenan Allen's playing. Williams is playing. They got their rookie playing. They've got a full complement of weapons, I believe.
Yeah, it's going to be a close game. It's a tosser up for me, so I'll go with the Dolphins just to stay with the trend.
Hey, man, what are the biggest primetime games now?
Biggest primetime games this
Sunday
week?
Night Football, Monday Night Football.
Well, Sunday night football is Giants and Cowboys.
Yeah,
Giants and Cowboys. Who do you like, Christian?
I like the Giants in this game. They improved widely this offseason, getting Darren Waller.
Well, I don't know if you've seen the news. That's why I'm not on the Giants anymore. Waller has injured his hamstring. Is questionable for the game, and his hamstring has always been a problem. It's kept him out of games over the last 2 years. He may not play. We may not see Waller for a number of weeks in that offense at this point. Because when it's really unfortunate.
Chronic hamstring. Every once in a while, I just pull it. But the whole back of my leg turns black. It's a terrible terror.
He was the game changer for them.
I'm still going to take Danny Dimes because I think the Giants defense. I know Dak is going to go crazy a little bit, and I like Danny Dimes. I'm taking the Giants and the points.
Yeah. Another game I can see Packers and Bears, old-time rivalry, two teams that are supposed to suck this year.
Yes.
One I think is going to be a lot more surprising than the other. Jeremy, who do you got?
I'm going to go with the Bears in this game. I think I may be wrong, but I need a little time to see what Jordan Love is. They seem to have faith in him, and there's a good chance, and who knows, that he may quarterback that team for another 15 years, just like their pattern has been. But I'm big on Justin Fields this season. We're looking for him to take the next step with some of the people they put around him in that offense. I think this is going to be Justin Fields. He's going to be this year's Jalen Hurts from last year. He's going to make that kind of leap, and I think it's going to put Chicago into a position to win some games a lot of people don't expect him to.
So that's the jinx right there. When Jeremy picks a quarterback to go all the way, they go all the way. So you just really hosed Jordan Love. Listen, can Jordan Love be as good as Aaron Rodgers was last year? Not a very high bar. They won 8 games and missed the playoffs. Listen, when you come into Green Bay, or if you go to Chicago, the same thing, same assignment. You got one job: beat the Bears. We're not talking about anything else. You have one job: beat the Bears.
We lost Rocky right before the one job.
You got to beat the Packers, and that's what it is. This is going to be the first of a new rivalry with 2 young quarterbacks. I like the Packers. I think it's going to go.
We lost Christian for a minute. Keep going, Rock.
I like the Packers in this one, Jeremy.
One of the issues I do have with the Packers this weekend, it just came out earlier today that their number one wide receiver, Christian Watson, is going to be out for this game. So that's a big weapon that, Jordan Love isn't going to have. But I got to go with Chicago on this one personally. And I think it's going to be a fun game, though. I think it's going to be a real rivalry again.
Chicago's giving up 1.5. They're favored.
Is Christian going to be coming back in? I'm not sure.
No clue. I'm in another country, third world country, man. No idea what's going on.
Yeah. So I guess we'll wait for Christian to pop.
Listen, I think this young rivalry is
not there yet.
Great. I do not see how the Bears, who will come in last in that division, by the way, can give anybody 1.5, especially the Packers. Football tradition. All right. Pick another conference or another primetime game. Who plays Monday night, Jeremy?
Monday night is the Bills and the Jets.
Yeah, we kind of hit that one yesterday, right? The Bills and the Jets.
Yeah, but there's a lot of storylines in this one. A lot happening. People are fired up. I'm even fired up to watch this game.
I am too. This is a Monday night game, right?
Yeah, I want to see how the Bills look. I want to see how Aaron Rodgers looks with the Jets. If that Jets defense and that Bills defense is going to be as tough as they were last year and even better. I think it's going to be a good game.
Bills defense is going to make Aaron Rodgers' night miserable. I believe that. And I think Aaron Rodgers, all this, too much talk, too much hype, too much blah, blah. He didn't do anything last year, and they walked away from him for Jordan Love. Another reason I think Jordan Love must be a pretty good quarterback. Go ahead, Christian.
I'm completely lost. I just jumped in everywhere.
Bills or Jets?
Bills or Jets. I said it yesterday. It's going to be a closer game than a lot of people think. I still like the Bills to win this. They're going to split this season, and I think they're going to split away. I think the Jets are going to find their stride later in the year and get them back in Buffalo, though.
Did you take the Bears against the Packers?
I did take the Bears against the Packers.
Cool. Well,
yeah, as I'm looking at the week one, and there's a lot of games I think I'm going to have my 4 screens going at one time because there's a lot I want to see. I want to see what the Saints look like with Derek Carr.
Mm-hmm.
To be quite honest, I want to see how he plays in New Orleans going up against the Titans. And on the Titans side, I want to see if they can get the ball to their new wide receiver, whose name escapes me all of a sudden. I don't know why.
DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, DeAndre Hopkins. The guy's only been in the league for 10 years, and I'm forgetting his name. But yeah, I want to see how Hopkins looks. Has he still got some juice? Is he going to help that team? I think the Saints could be a surprise. I think they have all the tools over there to win that division. So I think that's going to be a fun one to watch.
That's going to be a great one to watch. I want to pick Detroit to beat Kansas City. Is it too late for that?
A little bit. They're about 20 hours too late.
24.
For the bettors that are listening, and I know you guys are there, my pick of the week, obviously, like I said, was Washington because the Cardinals are tanking. They're going to lose that game. Washington +7. But if you like a teaser, and if you tease Washington against a team that's tanking, you get them at a pick 'em, 0 points given. And then if you throw in Baltimore, you get Baltimore -2.5 against Houston. So that's a great. Now I don't usually do a lot of teasers, but I might do a two-team teaser on that one.
Yeah, right now the spread with the Baltimore and Texas game is pretty huge. It's 10 right now.
Teaser, you get 7.
I got them at 10. Yeah.
Well, they're both
That's going to be a rough game. That's a game I don't care about watching at all.
No.
Yeah.
I'd rather see the rookie and the Texans rookie in a game that he might be able to actually do something in.
Yeah.
This is going to be rough.
You can break a quarterback really fast. Jeremy, are they going to start their rookie quarterback?
All the rookies are starting, yeah. Yeah, all 3 of the top 4 rookie quarterbacks that got picked.
Talk about that guy. What about
starting?
What do you think of the Jaguars and the Colts, Christian?
Come on, man. I got the Jags in that game. Jonathan Taylor's not playing for at least the first 4 weeks of the season. I don't see any bright spots in that offense. Michael Pittman stole $17 million from the freaking Colts organization. So, yeah, I like the Jaguars a lot in this game.
Yeah, they're relying on Pittman like a number 1, and he's like a good number 2 at best, and they don't have a lot of weapons for that guy.
He's a Tyler Boyd, man. He's a Tyler Boyd, a great accessory to have on a deep threat.
Yeah, but Anthony Richardson's going to be running for his life. I think most of his yards are going to be with his legs. It's going to be a rough game to watch. I think the Jaguars are going to put up a lot of points.
Yeah, Jaguars had a great year last year. They even won a playoff game. I think this year they do a little better. I think that division is going to be up in the air with Pittsburgh and Jacksonville. I don't think anybody else is going to come home. Who else is in that division?
Pittsburgh and Jacksonville?
No.
I'm sorry, I think Jacksonville is going to win that division, and Pittsburgh is going to win their other division.
So you got the Bengals not winning the North.
Yeah, and I don't think the Bengals are going to have enough trouble on Sunday with the Browns. I like the Bengals, but because I'm not going to go against Joe Burrow, but I don't know, man. Browns are coming on tough.
They're going to have a tough defense, man.
If you look at the history of Burrow, though, that first week is always a struggle coming off an injury. It has been the last 2 seasons.
Yeah,
Gets into week 1, he's a little rusty. He hasn't played as much, and he doesn't look that great. And then by week 2, he's the superstar we all know he is. But week 1 shenanigans, I'm kind of worried about the Bengals in this one. I think the Browns are going to sneak this one out. I think that defense is going to be able to rattle Joe a little bit.
No doubt, he will not be as mobile as he needs to be. It's going to be a good game. That's going to be a smash mouth football. I like the Jacksonville Jaguars to sneak in over the Saints and go to the playoffs.
Colts.
No, I'm talking about in the division.
Oh, no, the Saints are in a whole other conference, not
whole other conference.
The Saints are in the NFC South.
I was talking about Tampa Bay. Sorry, man.
They're also in the NFC South.
Yeah, I haven't had my coffee yet. Look, I'm bringing hotel coffee. Tastes like toenails.
Speaking of Tampa Bay, they go into Minnesota as 5.5 point underdogs. I like Tampa Bay in this game more than other people would think. Jeremy, Rocky?
I don't like either defense, really. So I think this is going to be it has potential to be a shootout if Baker can keep his wits about him, get the ball down the field. I mean, we know the guy can play when he's on, but he's just not on enough. I like Minnesota in this game personally. I think Justin Jefferson is going to be an absolute monster this year. I think I think week 1 I got to go with the Vikings in this game.
I think the Vikings are finally going to get exposed for the team they are. I was on the big bandwagon last year thinking they were going to go to the Super Bowl facing the Dolphins I remember about week 8. But, they lost a lot of key defensive guys. Kirk Cousins is obviously not that guy. He's getting old in age as well. Justin Jefferson is one of the very few bright spots on that team. He could very well win Offensive Player of the Year every single year until he retires.
Baker Mayfield's last chance. I like the Bucks and the Saints are going to have a battle for that division. I like the Bucks to take it over the Saints.
Yeah,
because of the weapons Mayfield has. Carr's a better quarterback.
One of the things about that Vikings team that what they did last year was absolutely unheard of. They won 11 games by 1 score or less. That is an NFL record in one season. 11 wins by 1 score or less. So that's not going to happen again this year.
No.
Their defense won't allow it, I don't think. They're not going to be able to outscore everybody. I think they're like an 8-9 team.
One of the biggest sayings in the NFL, you got to win the close ones. If you win the close ones, you'll be all right.
Yeah, they won 11 of them, though.
Yeah, that's an anomaly, man.
I see that as a huge plus.
Yeah.
I see it as a huge plus.
It's a plus, don't get me wrong, if you can win those stretches.
How many times Brady come back and win a close one?
Yeah, but no one's ever won 11 in a season. That's an anomaly that I guarantee you won't happen again.
And I would hang that on my wall. We won all the close ones, 11 of them.
And lost in the first round.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is, man.
It is what it is, man. But I like the Bucks in this game to cover that spread. I honestly like them to outright win. They do have a better receiving core. I get it. Mike Evans is a little bit older. Chris Godwin lost a step as well. They lost Leonard Fournette in the offseason. He still hasn't been picked up. He might get picked up back from Tampa Bay on a cheaper deal.
Week 2. A lot of those guys that are floating around get picked up week 2 because if they're not on the team week 1 at kickoff, then their guaranteed contract or they don't get the guaranteed contract for the year. They get picked up in week 2 after the week 1 game's over. There you go. No guaranteed contract for the season.
Whatever it is, yeah.
So, one we haven't talked about yet, the Eagles and the Patriots.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I like the Eagles, but I don't like to bet against Bill Belichick at home. This another one of those week 1 shenanigans. This could be a trap.
Yeah, Eagles are a 4-point favorite right now in this game.
Patriots got a great defense. That's the one thing they have, but I think still they don't have enough offense to keep up with Philly. No matter how much they kind of slow them down, I think Philly will be able to outscore them.
Yeah, so we all like the Eagles.
Yeah, I like the Eagles as well. This is, in my opinion, though, I said it yesterday, this is Bill Belichick's last chance in New England, most likely. Maybe not, but he's definitely on the edge. He's on the hot seat.
He'll make a playoff this year.
He's going to be on the hot seat.
You got 30 seconds? 30
exposed.
Oh, well, we didn't even get to the last couple of games, but Falcons and Panthers, I got the Falcons winning that one. And then, of course, Raiders and Broncos, I got the Raiders winning because they're going to have NFL Comeback Player of the Year, Marcus Peters.
Love the Raiders.
I think we both agree on both of those picks. Thank everyone for listening to your line. NFL Week 1 is here, and we will be here for Week 2 on Friday. Go Raiders, go Rams, go football.
See ya.
Go NFL. Thank you, guys.